Today, we're going to talk about small goals, why I think small goals are amazing and they can be a total game changer when you start working out. And I'm going to tell you the one biggest downfall that I see that makes people fail at their small goal success. And I think after you hear it, you're going to really understand how to make small goals work for you and make a big change in your life. My name is June Melia. I'm a certified personal trainer. I've been working in fitness my whole adult life, and I love helping people set goals and achieve them and become healthier and everything along the way. Okay, so small goals. What is a small goal? So, small goals are anything that feels like it is attainable, achievable, that you have control over, that you can do without the time commitment becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. So, training for a marathon isn't a small goal, even training for a 5K isn't a small goal. So, anything that's like a small habit change that you want to make, that is what I would consider to be a small goal. And when you think about it, we have other small goals that we do in life without even thinking about it, right? We brush our teeth, we make our beds, we pick up after ourselves. Like there are things ingrained in our day-to-day life that are small goals or small habits that we do. And for some reason, most of these have just stuck with us and they're things we do without even thinking about, right? They're just things that are part of our everyday reality, probably since we were kids or teenagers, and we just maintain them. Why? Because we know they're helpful and we know that they help us feel good. So these new small habits, these new small goals, we're in that category. They're things that we want to ingrain and keep in our lives forever. So they need to be small and not overbearing and not like they're crushing us. We want them to just become a part of our day-to-day healthy habits and life. And it's important to say that I think we all probably on a weekly basis say that we're going to do something and stick with it. And maybe we don't. Maybe we start and stop. Maybe we put it off. Maybe we delay. And so these kinds of small goals are something that you might want to even like jot down and say, what are like 5 things that I've been meaning to do that I haven't started doing yet? And let me just get a handle on what those are and take a look at if I could actually do them, if they're even really important, or maybe there's some way I can alter them to make them work for me. So after you think through what those goals are, you'll have a better understanding of what they are, if they're important to you, or if you want to just not worry about those goals at all and just leave them to the side. But chances are, through this little process of scribbling down a few things that you've been meaning to get started on, but you haven't, maybe you've kept one or two of them that you want to start engaging with on a daily basis. And this is the part where I tell you what the biggest downfall is with small goals. The biggest downfall with small goals is that you aren't doing them on a consistent basis, meaning you're not doing them in a streak form. Oh, I love streaks. And if you've seen any of my earlier videos, streaks, I think, are the best way to get a handle on your small goals. So, what is a streak? It means that for 30 days, 90 days, 120 days, you are committing to do this one thing every day without fail. You are going to do this one thing. So maybe your goal is to go to the gym. Maybe you decide, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go to the gym every day. Every day for 60 days, I'm going to go to the gym. So a streak is when you commit 100% to doing something every day for at least 30 days. 30 days of consistently going to the gym, of consistently no eating sugar, of consistently eating three healthy things with your meal every day so that you are on track, on target every day and you are relentless. And in my opinion, expert opinion, I find that when people have the opportunity to miss a day, then the whole thing might go out the window. So if you have a goal of going to the gym 3 days a week, you might, if you procrastinate, you end up waiting until the very end of the week to go. Maybe something comes up, and then you're like, oh, maybe I'll just start next week. If you go, say, from Monday through Sunday, I am going to wake up and go to the gym every morning at 6 a.m. every day, then you're much more likely to actually follow through with it. Rather than saying, I'm going to do this small goal, but I'm going to do the small goal just 2 or 3 days a week, you're much less likely to start creating a habit and creating a pattern where it becomes a normal part of your life. Eventually, maybe you can go to the gym 3 days a week and it's a normal part of your life. And then maybe you can ramp it up again and you'll create this sort of come and go. But I suggest that for 30 days, you stick to something that you said you're going to stick to and sustain it for the full at least 30 days. Because I believe that when we think of a small goal, we think that it's not important. And by saying that it's happening every day, that raises its importance up so that then you actually do it. Because if we're saying a small goal, small and insignificant are not the same thing. If your goal is to exercise for 30 minutes every day, that means it's an important goal because you're doing it every day. If you say you're going to exercise for 30 minutes 3 days a week, to me, that means it's insignificant, which is a little bit different than being small. So that is it. To recap, you want to write down a handful of things that you've been meaning to do to make yourself healthy. Cross out the ones that you really don't care that much about. Keep one or two that you think are really important and you want to maintain. Circle those ones, and then set a goal to actually do that every day for 30 days. Keeping a notebook with your goal at the top and list day 1 to 30, and then check it off every day, and maybe reward yourself after 30 days goes by and you've actually accomplished what you had set off to accomplish. Okay? So those are my feelings about small goals. I think small goals are super important and can be a big part of your life when you are considering taking better care of yourself. All right? So let me know what your small goals are and what you've achieved, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Talk to you soon.